welcome to Capital Online TV. My name is Anita Nderu and these are the stories making headlines. Suspended Lands Cabinet Secretary Charity Ngilu has not pleaded to the charge of obstructing an investigation into the 8 billion shilling Karen land. Ngilu's lawyer Paul Mwite did not want his client charged alongside other land officials charged with graft. The prosecution, however, countered that the two cases were linked. The court will issue its ruling on the matter next Friday. The police on Friday released 40 images of terror suspects, including foreigners, wanted for the weekend attack on a military camp in Lamu. The National Police Service has called on the public to provide any information that may lead to the whereabouts, saying some are likely to seek medical attention. First Lady Margaret Kenyatta has called on parents to be vigilant to ensure that the children are not lured into extremist ideologies and other vices. The First Lady says parents must be vigilant to keep Kenya's future safe. She was speaking at the State House Primaries Prize-Giving Day.
To the parents, teachers and guardians, keep an eye on these children so that they develop into great, responsible, God-fearing citizens and so that they stay out of harm's way. Keep them away from destructive habits such as drug and substance abuse and steer them away from crime and delinquency. These antisocial habits must never be allowed in our schools or our homes.
And in other news making headlines, government spokesman Manoa Sipisu says Kenya is, and I quote, brimming with optimism ahead of President Obama's visit. Ahead of the visit, which is a little over a month away, President Barack Obama has said that America needs to introduce stricter gun control measures to address mass shooting incidents. He renewed the divisive gun control argument following the shooting of 9 people at a church in Charleston.
Let's be clear. At some point, we as a country will have to reckon with the fact that this type of mass violence does not happen in other advanced countries. It doesn't happen in other places with this kind of frequency.
Deputy President William Ruto says that the national government has seen the positive impact of volunteerism against crime. Ruto says in Kibera, for instance, where the government has engaged youth in cleanup activities, the crime rates have declined. He says that is why the government is keen on expanding the National Youth Service to include the value of volunteerism into the youth. The Deputy President was speaking at the launch of a UN report on the status of volunteerism.
We can create, package, mentor leaders using volunteerism.
And now we take a look at the business news, where the Kenya Tourism Federation has called for tax relief to enable the tourism industry in Kenya to get back on its feet. While welcoming Britain's revision of an advisory against travel to Mombasa, the Federation Chair Agatha Juma says the sector still needs help to get on its feet. She says the country has been hard hit by European travel advisories and needs all the help it can get to save thousands of jobs. And finally, onto the sports news. The Beijing World Athletics Championships have been pushed forward by a week, according to the Athletics Kenya. AK CEO Isaac Mwangi told Capital Sport the decision was made at the request of top athletes who will take part at the London IAAF Diamond League that falls on the same weekend as initial dates. And that is all we had for you today. For the latest on these and other stories, log on to www.capitalfm.co.ke/tv. Do not forget to subscribe and leave your comments and feedback below. My name is Anita Nderu.